Today, the story is about a girl from Argentina, a woman with the qualities of 1,000 men, an exceptional personality that will not be repeated. This girl named Milagros was defending principles and values and fought the corrupt system with all courage. Milagros graduated from the University of the City of Monza in the specialty of computer engineering and started her work as a computer teacher in a high school where she supervised the grades of students in her first days of work. Milagros felt there was something abnormal later. Milagros discovered something more terrible, which was the manipulation of the grades of female students, where the principal and some teachers were. The aim of this manipulation was to blackmail the students and push them to immoral acts and exploit them in prostitution networks and blackmail important personalities. Milagros did not stand still and filed an official complaint to the prosecutor general. Those involved in corruption soon discovered that she had informed the authorities, so they started threatening her and trying to pressure her to withdraw the complaint, but she did not back down. Your likes support us, and your subscription guarantees you the pleasure of the upcoming stories. Milagros faced increasing pressure from her family and community members who tried to convince her to abdicate, but her insistence on fighting corruption made her move away from her family and live alone, away from their pressures and to disrupt her. They extracted a certificate for her claiming that she was mentally ill. Milagros continued to publish her story on Facebook, explaining her exposure to threats, and in the end she resigned because she wrote regularly on Facebook. But 5 days later, her body was found at the bottom of the building where she lived. It was said that she threw herself from the 8th floor. The prosecutor classified the incident. The prosecutor issued a report that raised a lot of questions, confirming that the door was closed from the inside and the apartment was arranged, and that Milagros jumped herself out of the window. Injuries were found on her body, from fractures in the pelvis and feet to wounds in the head, but the story did not seem convincing to many. After a while, he went out with him and assaulted her after getting out of his car, and then returned to her apartment and pretended that she committed suicide. But witnesses and evidence of torture on the driver's body showed that he confessed under torture, which increased suspicions about the authenticity of the story. Another man named Diego was on the run in Venezuela and appeared on a live broadcast with his friends shooting himself after he said he was destroyed by one of the senior officials in Argentina. Diego was working with those involved in luring VIPs to blackmail them. The story ended with the arrest of the taxi driver, who remained in prison, while the characters involved in Milagros blackmail, including high-ranking officials, are still free.